and welcome to Tyrannus Gaming. Today we're going to be discussing Overguard, what it is, and how to defeat it. With our current Brayton, we have a flat damage of 35. This means that Overguard would receive 35 damage per bullet. With a magazine of 50 rounds and a fire rate of 7.5, our total base damage is 13,000. However, we can equip flawed mods onto our Brayton, increase our damage output to 127, and fire rate to 9. This increases our potential damage to 57,000, but our critical chances increase to 25%, meaning that we have, well, a max potential damage of 183,000 per magazine. If we use magnetic, it could reach up to 750,000. Overguard is a barrier that's independent of shields and health, represented by a gray outline around the target's health bar. For context, shields are blue, armor is yellow, and health is red. If your colors are different, tough luck, I'm probably colorblind. Overguard has a few unique features about it, but the most common known effect is that anything with Overguard is immune to crowd control, and most status effects. For example, cold procs cannot exceed 4 stacks while it's active. The least known feature of Overguard is that it has a 0.5 second shield gating effect that makes you immune to one-shot kill attacks. Overguard can be beaten by using void damage from Mara's Amp, Zaku's Azada Whisper, or a fully upgraded Paracesis. However, if Magnetic is used to destroy the enemy Overguard, 30% of its Overguard will be turned into an electrical explosion. Utilizing a combination of void damage and Magnetic can mean instant death to Eximus Overguard. If you're wondering about the Paracesis, you'll get one for free simply by playing the Codex missions. Just to recap, Magnetic plus Void equals death to Overguard. Coincidentally, it also means death to shields with a similar outcome. This is what that's going to look like. Now I know what you're thinking. Tyrannus, it was kind of sad, and your build sucks. Yes, it absolutely does, but this is a build that's on the lowest possible end for defeating Overguard, yet even this build was designed to destroy a small horde of Eximus units, not individual one-on-one duels. As they say in the US,
if you found yourself in a fair fight, you've already gone done and mucked it up, yeah?
Toaster. Impressive, I know. This is a combination of front-loading melee influence and arcane you can find by simply playing the Codex missions and making your way to the Sanctum Anatomicon Demos. Even without melee influence, this would still be the same outcome as the map is too small for the enemies to spread out. Now that we have the basics out of the way, let me demonstrate this while using the Lotto, the second weakest gun in the entire game. I know you're all itching to see what level 165 enemies are like against this particular build, and so I'm ready to humble myself in front of you all by demonstrating how weak my build is with Steel Path enabled. Let the humiliation ritual begin. I may be biased, but the time to kill feels nearly identical. However, that pretty much sums up what we can do with most basic of loadouts. And now that we've reached this point in the video, I'm going to show you what we're using and how you can replicate this with nothing more than a piece of string and some scraps from a nearby cave. The choice of Warframe is actually not relevant, as any Warframe can replicate what you've witnessed here, assuming you have any mods or weapons from the Codex missions. This also applies to secondaries. However, let's go ahead and equip the Zorus with the most outlandish of builds and see what happens next. As you can see, it's pretty clear-cut. Magnetic is pretty good for dealing with Overguard, but even better if you have access to void damage buffs. Now that we've reached the end of this segment, I want to show you all a particular build for truly destroying Overguard, should you have access to everything that I have. If you don't, that's okay, because you're going to get it eventually. Let's not forget that Overguard can give Nidus shield gating.